Here's a fly ball out towards center field. This one's going back, and this one is gone! Taylor gets this one out towards center field to the short porch, and it's a grand slam! That's a floater, out to short. And it's booted off the shortstop's glove! Just like they drew it from Hollywood. Caladros, the 3-2. Swing and a miss! And the Audubon Green Wave have upset the Kingsway Dragons! Gone! Grant Fournier! Two-run shot to right! The North Athletic Complex here on the grounds of Stockton University for our first of 3 games here at home on Dan Wilkins Broadcasting with our good friends at the Atlantic City Football Club as they open up their home schedule this season on a rainy Saturday afternoon between the undefeated FC Monmouth. Monmouth coming into this one as one of 2 teams in the League for Clubs Northeast Conference with an undefeated record. Monmouth at 3-0 this season. They joined Med Oval Academy as a 2-0 record, and 2 of the 8 teams that are competing in this conference. Mark, you called the games for Atlantic City last year. There's a lot to be excited about with this team, especially coming off of a big 7-1 win over Kensington and a draw last week. What's your thoughts going into this matchup?
Well, Dan, I went to the game at Holy Family College last week against Kensington, and it was a scoreless draw that felt like a loss. Atlantic City had the much better of the possession, and they were very, very disappointed. I think they thought they let one get away. Again, that's no offense to Kensington, who played hard, but if you look at who controlled the territorial play, it was definitely Atlantic City. So they're looking to bounce back, and it's going to be the key, what they're going to get up top.
Well, today they're coming into this one, as you said, after a draw and a 7-1 win over Kensington SC in their first game of the season, as they come into this one 3rd in the League for Clubs Northeast Conference. As we said, Monmouth is at 3-0 currently. And then outside of that, there's a good bunch of teams that are going in and week out as we go into week 3 of the 2025 season. The current standings are as follows. As we said, Monmouth in front, Med Oval Academy with a 5+ goal differential. They're up 2-0. Atlantic City in 3rd, and then 4 and 5 to go to Kensington in 1st State. As we get ready to go, Monmouth and Atlantic City here on the home turf of Stockton University. We're going to get ready to go tonight.
But remember, it's the North and the South, the top team in the North and the top team in the South that'll get to the playoffs, and Atlantic City's in the South and doesn't have to deal with FC Monmouth or Med Oval.
That would be correct. Already a good start there as this one sent a long way. Headed out there, and that will go out to the left side for Monmouth. We'll take a look at the Monmouth starting lineup brought to you by our good friends over at Harper Driving School as they get this one up. Again, starting out for Monmouth this afternoon, it'll be Eddie DeMarco in goal. The 4 backs, Grayson Parks, Eric Sadloka, Luan Lazoya, and Lawrence Mancio. And then the midfielders, David Caputo, Andrew Araya, and Jake Homowitz. And then the forwards, Aiden Tissany, Patrick Shaw, and Lenny Avilas.
Of course, David Caputo and Jake Homowitz were teammates at Rowan University, so they know each other really well and work well together. In the middle, for Coach Hugh McDonald, who's in his first season here for FC Monmouth.
That one is taken by the Monmouth goalkeeper, number 0, Eddie DeMarco.
Interesting, Ryan Cleary, who's just an outstanding player, not here today for Atlantic City. He's usually the main guy as a center back.
As this one is sent over, this one's got a chance. It'll get tipped up out to the right side. Fisher Hudak has it, brings it back out to Davidson, checks it up, right side. Sean Fatiga came in, just a chance that didn't go that time. Monmouth still running it out on the right side.
Well, that's how explosive Sean Fatiga is. That's his first game. He's the all-time leading scorer at Widener, and he can really put the ball in the back of the net. So having number 2 back for Atlantic City is going to be a major, major factor with his play up top.
Absolutely, and some good moves up top here in the first 2 minutes of this afternoon's contest. 66 degrees at the first kickoff today in the Atlantic City home opener. Some rain coming down. We were worried about a delayed start, but we got it rolling.
I think another guy to watch is number 10 for Atlantic City, Uche Wilkacha, who plays here at Stockton University, was a second-team All-NJAC choice. And I thought when I saw him last week, he was going more aggressively toward the goal than maybe I saw him a year ago. He can take people off the dribble, very dangerous, and he also has one of the best throw-ins on the team.
Absolutely, Mark. Here's the starting lineup for Atlantic City FC, brought to you by Harper Driving School. Again, this one is listed numerically, but either way, it counts just the same. Ryan Maroney in the goal, Sean Fatiga the forward, Kai Forsyth, who had 2 goals in the 7-1 win to open the season versus Kensington. They've got Tyler Wagner at the center back, Fisher Hudak out of Ocean City, not too far from here, but an alum or a product of the Detroit Mercy University. He takes a forward spot as well. You were just talking about Uche Wukocha in the midfielder spot, James Cahill and Aiden McGuigan at the backs, Tyler Davidson, Luke McNamee, and Darian Bradshaw rounding out the order for the Aces, led by head coach Andrew Catalana.
Well, you talked, there's Kai Forsyth. You saw him with the ball, with the 2 goals in that opening game. Now, he's playing in the back, so whenever he scores, he comes up a lot on the corner kicks, and he's a very, very dangerous player. So, in fact, Atlantic City loves to have its outside backs create a lot of action. We'll see Cahill and McGuigan on the outside, and they'll carry a lot of the play here for AC.
That one got tipped back, but now a chance here to the right side. It's picked up by AC and the goalkeeper.
Boy, Homowitz got away with one. He put a ball right in the center there, and they could have walked in on the goal.
Yeah, that was a big missed opportunity that time, as this one we sent away.
Homowitz, of course, had 2 assists for Rowan when they beat Stockton 3-1 in the NJAC championship game this past season. That was Stockton's first appearance in the NJAC title game in 20 years.
An exciting feat indeed, as that one is tipped up by Wagner, the product of Mullica Hill and Westchester University, as this one will get thrown in.
You never want to be going backwards when you're heading the ball, and that's what happened with Wagner, and the ball went backwards in possession. FC Monmouth.
Well, now Monmouth has a good chance here, passing it out to their defenseman and rolling it out to the right side. That was passed by number 5, Luan Lazoya. And now AC getting in there. Kai Forsyth with a chance. That one goes up. Right side and out of play.
I like Lazoya. He's the NJIT defender playing center back. He's a real heady player back there.
Tipped in by Monmouth on the far right side. That one is brought up. Lazoya is going to go back out for it. Goalkeeper backpedaling. It's tipped back up and brought back down for Monmouth. A little collision there between McNamee, and then eventually coming in for it was Grayson Parks, the back, and that'll go out. Looks like this is going to be thrown in by the Aces. We've got 5:25 just getting started here in the first half from the North Athletic Complex in Stockton, in Galloway. That one will also go out of play as this one starts to be a stalemate down the sidelines and towards the benches. Thrown in by Monmouth. This one is up there, gets headed down, touched by McNamee. And now back at the center of the pitch. It's tipped out to the left for Darian Bradshaw, the Concord product.
Yeah, he played for Division II Concord, had a goal and 2 assists last year. He really looked good last week when I saw him play at Holy Family College. He was forcing the issue. He was taking people on. He was breaking down people. So look for 28 to really help this offense from the midfield.
Absolutely. Monmouth will have this one as it goes out to the right side of the goal. Looks like whatever rain has come in has seemed to stop, but we're going to have, looks like our first corner of the day.
Yeah, we have Tyler Davidson, who is really accurate on these corner kicks.
Let's take a look at what he's got out of Medford and of Washington College.
I think they saw a Thunder I think there was some
Yeah,
thunder.
they're taking everybody off the pitch here. So Mark, correct me if I'm wrong. This should be 30 minutes. Either way, I didn't personally see it, but with our headsets on, might be a little bit hard to hear. There you go. So we are going to, well, first of all, the clock hasn't stopped up there. However, that's my bad, boss. We are going to take a quick break. We'll have updates when they become available, but we are currently in a lightning delay here in Stockton. No score in the 7th minute. Back here in Galloway, we had a brief, maybe not brief, but a lightning delay with distant storms in the area. We return to a Davidson corner kick in the 7th minute as we're going to get ready here. Clock has been resumed, and it is no good. Just went over the crossbar that time, and the corner kick is unsuccessful.
Boy, that was a nice service. It looked like Luke McNamee got his head on that ball, but as I said right before the delay, Dan, Davidson very accurate on those corners.
And that's why they have him in that position. That one is tipped back out to Darian Bradshaw.
Well, one thing we haven't seen, and it's been early in the game, but we haven't seen Lenny Aviles, number 11 for FC Monmouth, really get any kind of space. He's out on that right flank right now, and he's a guy that can really break defenders down. And I know they're FC Monmouth will want to try to get him in space, and obviously Atlantic City very much aware of it.
Absolutely. That one is brought back over, out to the left side, out to the left wing. It's passed back out to Cahill. He runs into some trouble. That one shot over and saved with a dive to the right by the goalkeeper for Monmouth, that being Eddie DeMarco. And he'll stop and then get ready to roll this one back out there. But a good dive to the right on a good shot set up from center there, but no good there for AC.
Well, we talked about how Cahill likes to bring the ball up and really from the outside, and that was a great example of that.
Monmouth has it. They kind of twirl it around there to number 17, the back, Lawrence Mancino. Out to the center back. Again, number 5, Luan Lazoya. And now the goalkeeper for Monmouth lets this one fly out to the right, and it'll go out of play on a hop. Interesting.
You have Cahill 12 marking Aviles on that right side. That's going to be a very interesting one-on-one matchup. Those two are going to be paired together a lot in this game. And Cahill, very strong 1v1 defender.
And, you know, one of the things that we like about Cahill, again, like you said, he's got that kind of versatility where he can bring the ball up, but at the same time, again, he's matched up against Aviles there, one of Monmouth's toughest stars, as they're going to try to find a way to get themselves leveled out here and make sure that one doesn't get ahead of the other. That one's brought out by the defenseman by the back for Monmouth. It is tipped by Fisher Hudak.
That's a nice job by LaJoya that time, number 5, because a great feed that time by Wagner, and he was trying to send Uche Wokacha on goal. Wokacha has the speed and obviously the breakdown ability to cause a lot of trouble when he's around there.
That one got tipped up by Wagner, and it got touched by the defenseman Nathaniel Avensky, number 33. Brought back down by the Aces, working through it here. Back to Davidson on the right wing. Gets it back to center for McGuigan, or for McGeegan, excuse me.
Yeah, McGuigan doing a nice job switching fields that time to Kai Forsythe, who's also not adverse to making runs on goal from the back.
And this one's brought up the left side this time in front of Monmouth's bench. Again, a little tango there, brought back with McNamee and Cahill in tow for the Aces. Now it's brought back out again to the midfielder Uche Wokocha. And now Monmouth getting tangled up, and we've got whistles flying here as getting together was number 8, David Caputo. And I couldn't catch which AC player was in on that, but Caputo was definitely in for Monmouth.
Excellent job by Caputo making that play, causing the foul. Here's Aviles. That ball went out. But, again, just give him a little bit of room in number 11 with his great speed, obviously great skills with the ball as well.
Well, check that, Aviles. You know, we were talking about how he's going to be matched up here with AC and making sure that he doesn't get a lot of space. But, I mean, there's a reason why Monmouth is right now at the top of the table in the Northeast Conference. They've got a 8-goal differential, the best of the conference. Atlantic City's second best with a 6-goal differential, and then Med Oval, which is second in the standings, has a 5-goal differential. So, I mean, listen, you know, we talk about what you need to win, but in this kind of situation, hold on here, we've got whistles coming in. before AC got the kick by
Well,
Wagner.
One thing's a little deceptive. Both teams have 6-goal wins over a winless Lighthouse team.
That's
so,
true, yeah.
You know, you have to take that all into consideration.
And they've got a negative 14 goal differential. Lighthouse Boys Club sitting at the 8th slot in the Northeast Conference, and then as we said, in the 4 slot, Kensington, first 8 in the 5, and then 6, 7, and 8, Kingston, Stockade, New York Braveheart, and Lighthouse, which is 0-3 on the campaign. That one will roll out.
It's a good idea by Forsyth. He's trying to go long ball. They've been trying to send a few players long. One thing I've noticed in the early going, Dan, is you'd like to see for FC Monmouth, you'd like to see the marking a little bit tighter. You see some AC players roaming around freely there. I think that they're going to tighten up as the game goes on.
Yeah, I'm not sure how it's going to work out for Monmouth right now. I mean, there really has only been one shot on goal in this game, and even the corner kick just went over there. As that one will roll out right side, got a chance for Aviles. It will roll in, so close. Player crashes into the net for Monmouth. Anevsky, excuse me, as that one with the groans and oohs and ahs of the crowd just missed, as it was headed right in the way of Maroney.
I'll tell you, Caputo showing his playmaking skills, making the pass out to Aviles, who makes the cross in there, but Caputo really getting a lot of things started from the midfield.
That one got tipped out, getting kind of pile-driven there was Luke McNamee, as that one is headed again by Monmouth, by Mancino, the back, touched out to the left for Anevsky. And again, tips this one back to Mancino. He's got it, rolling along the line. AC still has it, tipped out by Bradshaw. Again, the Division II product out of Concord University and a native of Trinidad.
Of course, Concord was a really strong Division II school, went to the NCAA tournament this year, won 15 games, and he was a big part of it. He played 20 games, and he's a guy that hasn't gotten started really yet in this game. You see Patrick Shaw, number 34, has kind of been on him a little bit, and they do not want to let Bradshaw have too much free territory there. You see Caputo and Shaw backing up there, but
yeah, Wagner kind of going back and forth with his defenseman here. Monmouth not really attacking here. I mean, we're in the 14th minute, but I don't see a lot of urgency here in the early going. That one's tipped up by Monmouth, brought out to the right side. Aviles has it again. He's being chased down by Forsyth. This one's up to the left side. It is brought down by Anevsky. Ace is going in for the attack here as he goes out to the left. It misses, but it's set up straight in the middle. He's got an open man on the right wing. He'll take a shot, and working right into the traffic, gets blocked by the foot of Bradshaw. On the shot there by number 9, Grayson Parks, the right back.
It was an excellent job by Homowitz, number 15, who made that chest trap, kept possession for it. Now he has the ball right there.
Yeah, absolutely good play there by the Aces. Just, I mean, again, Bradshaw got up there and deflected it. It was an open shot on the right wing, but the traffic ended up being too much for Monmouth to overcome, as this one is passed back and forth by a couple of defensemen and midfielders for Monmouth at the center, including Lazoya.
Excuse me, Dan. We've already seen 2 excellent crosses from that right flank from Aviles, and again, we talked about how dangerous he is as a scorer, but we saw 2 terrific passes that he's made.
And now this one's brought back out to the goalkeeper. That'll be AC bringing this one out. It's leveled out to the left wing. A little bit of contact there as it goes out. Monmouth will throw. It's thrown in that time by Mancino.
Neither team doing a great job keeping the ball on the ground here. Just trying to see a lot of long ball.
A lot of airtime.
McGuigan passed off that man to Wagner, who again got the play. That was a nice defensive play.
Yeah, McGuigan got tipped up there for one reason or another. The captain, Araya, not too happy.
That's great ball control there by Wokachet.
Yeah, it's good stuff. Always love to see it. It's not many that can do it like he does. The product of Stockton here on his home turf. This one is brought out. Left side, Monmouth attacking. Mancino blocks it and brings it out to the right wing.
Well, Fatiga made one too many dribbles. He had a chance to shoot it from about 23 out. And he can take it from there too, but he took one too many dribbles and it cost him.
Well, even that shot that we saw from Monmouth earlier by Grayson Parks, I mean, that was a deep ball, just trying to find any kind of way to get into the goal. They haven't found that yet, and as we said, a bit of a lack of urgency from both sides, and as you said there from Fatiga rather, too many dribbles that time, and it ends up costing him. Out to the right side.
It's not so much a lack of urgency as they're trying to set things up. It takes some time. There's Avilas again. It takes some time to maybe set things up and to see how things are being played. They're working the flanks pretty well, FC Monmouth.
One's out to the left side. Agreed with you very much there as this one is blocked. Chance to go. Another one gets blocked that time by the Aces. It's brought straight down as the Aces defense will try to bring this one back in. It is booted out. Believe that was Cahill in on that one. I apologize. It was Davidson. And now this will be brought out by the Aces goalkeeper. Or checked that by the Monmouth goalkeeper, sorry. Still getting used to things here. I haven't called a soccer game in about a year. So that's why Mark is here, to keep me in check. Out to the center back.
That's a great job by LaJoya. Again, he doesn't panic. Sees the open man, Caputo.
And it is brought out to the center back for Monmouth. This one is going to get a good roll. And as you said, they're not really keeping the ball on the ground. A lot of airtime from both sides.
Well, they always tell you to play the miss stand, and Anevsky 33 did not do that. He took an outside route that time, and Wagner, number 4, was not able to trap that ball. If he would have played the miss, he may have been able to run in on goal.
Wagner has it at the center. Tips it to the right side for the defenseman, McGuigan, out of Washington Township and a Division III product of Rowan University. This one is a long ball, right side. Hudak is there towards the flag. It's up, parallel to the goal and out of play. Whistles fly there in mid-flight.
Boy, lost in that was just the excellent cross that time by Forsyth from inside midfield all the way down there. He saw Hudak streaking down the right flank, and that was an excellent pass and a great look that time.
It was a good pass as well, and it was one of the first times that, AC has gotten a really good play from start to finish. Just couldn't get it in that time, and setting it up well. It takes time, as you said. It takes time to set up a good play here in this game, and always difficult against a very good team like Monmouth. Out to the left side for number 23, Luke McNamee. And it's again another chance for Hudak on the right wing. Out on the right side, guarded, and it's tipped. Davidson high up there, keeps it in the air again. Monmouth tips it up, and we'll have whistles here.
And we had an offside that time.
Yeah, I thought I saw something, but I've learned very much as a play-by-play announcer in soccer that if I'm not sure about something, I defer it to somebody like you who would know better. But they do call offsides that time, and now it'll be brought in by DeMarco, who will send this one out.
DeMarco is a backup for Marshall University. Obviously, this is a great league for these college players to get ready for the college season. Training camp in college, late July, early August, so it won't be that long.
Yeah, it won't be too long. And, when I was approached by Andrew about covering games for ACFC, one of the things that intrigued me when I was doing research is how many high-level universities are focused here. St. Joe's University for Ryan Maroney. There's Detroit Mercy, a handful of Division I's, and as you said, Marshall for the goalkeeper for Monmouth. I mean, it's not like these are just kids off the street. These are genuine, good soccer players who know how to play the genuine game.
And to show how good those teams are, like Avilas, he played for Rutgers last year as a freshman. He got in 9 games. Now, they expect him to see more action, but again, just getting on the field for those schools, really tough.
It's a high bar to clear. Out on the left side, it's Anevsky. Aces get it back.
That was a great move by Anevsky. Made the dummy move as if he were coming to the ball, then let it go by him that time.
And he ended up getting nothing out of it. However, this will be brought in by the Monmouth goalkeeper. Or check that. keep getting my stuff mixed up.
Here's Maroney,
Maroney.
who has been at St. Joe, has not gotten in any action for Coach Don DeAmber there, but again, he's another one that really could benefit from this summer of play. Of course, played for Sterling High School, and
they've got a great program too.
Yeah, they just won a state Group 2 championship this past year.
Was going to say they have some great accomplishments over there at Sterling. Picked up the Group 2 state championship earlier in the school year. As this one's out to Davidson, right side. Working through a flurry of Monmouth defenders. This one's up again, back to Wagner at the center of the pitch.
One thing you've noticed from Mancino, number 17, is he's not letting offensive players go to the outside. He's forcing them inside where he has other help and defenders. He's not letting them turn the corner so far. It's good defensive playing.
Oh, there's lightning right there. Wonder if they're going to pull everybody off. I just saw one straight ahead of us. The lightning delay earlier was, our camera didn't pick it up, but Mark, I don't know if you saw it. It was right over the trees there.
Oh, yeah.
That one looked a lot like what we had last night, but they're keeping them on. The referees weren't facing the direction of the lightning, so that was just over the trees on the opposite side of the pitch. But for now, with a light show above us, we're going to keep going in the 22nd minute. Here's a free kick. This one goes up after the foul. There's the rumble. See if they can rumble into the net here. Wagner with a good touch, and that one will go out.
Well, Fatiga had a chance there. He wasn't able to get possession. He tried to chest trap it and bring it down. It just went a little bit too far. Had he been able to, he would have been in good position to take a shot there. Fatiga just so dangerous.
Now this one's back out. Davidson's got it. He's got space over the middle, heading towards number 10, Wakocha, excuse me. Out to the left wing again, clears everybody, goes towards Fatiga again. Probably one of the best players to watch here for the Aces this afternoon, here in the early going, entering the 23rd minute, as it's out to the right, headed hard by Forsyth.
That's a great job getting back on defense by 12 Cahill that time. Had he not got there, Aviles was open on that right side, just got a foot on it, made a big play.
And a great battle there on the far side of the pitch by McNamee and by Parks. And we're going to have a yellow card assessed against Monmouth. And it's going to be against number 4, Eric Sidloka. So that'll be our first card of the day in the 24th minute.
I think Sidloka was, I don't know if he got the yellow for complaining about the foul, because that did not seem like a type of foul that would get a yellow, but we'll see. I mean, obviously that's far away from where we are, so.
Yeah, I'm not entirely sure, but either way, this could yield a good result for the Aces, as let's see what they've got in the tank here in, again, minute number 24 of this contest.
Remember, Wokacha, number 10, very strong in the air.
This one is up. It's tipped by Wokacha and just out to the right side of the goal post.
He didn't have to show his heading ability, but he did get his foot on that ball, and that was a dangerous chance. And here's Davidson again.
Davidson will take it from the corner. Again, the corner specialist here for AC out of Washington College and of Medford, New Jersey. This one is tipped up. No good there. Runs right along the parallel, and it will roll out to the opposite flag this time. And it'll be a goal. It'll be a goal kick for DeMarco. He went out that way, but they will call it a goal kick, and we're back underway.
Tyler Wagner, number 4 for Atlantic City, was right there. Ball just got by him, but as you'll see, we'll see a lot of the defenders for Atlantic City come up on those corner kicks, and they are dangerous.
And some good contact there on the header, brought down by Cahill. In the mix that time as well was Bradshaw. This one's floated out to the right side, brought to the chest of Anevsky, who's had some good touches today. He's out on the left wing.
That was a nice job by Shaw switching fields that time. There was a lot of congestion there. We haven't seen a lot of that, and just as I said that, they do it again.
Yeah, they're starting to ramp it up a little bit here as we get deeper and deeper into the first half. That one's tipped back out. Cahill tried to get a foot on it. Bradshaw is back out towards the flag. It is tipped up, put in play, and a goal! That one will go for Monmouth. It's their first of the day. Tipped in on the left side.
Patrick
and in
Shaw.
the 26th minute, it's 1-0.
Patrick Shaw on an outstanding cross. We talked about Aviles. That's his third time he's made a great cross from the right flank. And that pass right in there, and Shaw with the goal.
Well, for Monmouth, the route to 4-0 starts now, and they're going to get a little bit of a head start with that goal in the 26th minute with a wonderful pass and a wonderful cross, as you said, Mark, and you don't get much better than that, and they get past Maroney. Again, Shaw picking up that goal as the wind starting to pick up here in Galloway with a game that's had a lot of airtime from both sides. We'll see how that affects the ball in flight for the rest of the first half and beyond. 3
best chances FC Monmouth had, 3 crosses from the right flank by Aviles. So, you know, he's not only a goal scorer, he can set things up as well. And they are just pinpoint passes.
Wagner out to the right side with Forsyth in there. It's turned around by McNamee. And it's brought back to square one for Wagner. Again, the product of Westchester University and out of Mullica Hill.
Didn't play this past season for the Golden Rams, but certainly could be a big part of their plans.
This one could be a chance for Maroney, who blocks it by the feet. He dives in front of it, and he's able to save it.
Aviles to Shaw once again. That was a great kick save by Maroney, but again, Shaw doing such a good job working off the ball, getting himself open. And if you're anywhere close to open, Aviles is going to find you.
And he might be the guy that's going to get, hammered with those opportunities today. Just an opportunity again there for Aviles to succeed. And again, this is going to be thrown in by Atlantic City.
Yeah, he's got a long throw and he's got the wind to him. He could get this right into the goal. Yeah, this could be a very dangerous situation. Wokachev really has a good throw.
Wind is going side to side, facing the booth. This one's tipped up. Monmouth able to keep it out, but look out. Guarded on the right side. Brought back out to McGuigan. Tried to turn it around to the right side with a little trickery there, but unable to do so, and Monmouth throws it in.
Excellent defensive play by Andrew Orion, number 10 that time. He would not let him turn around and turn the corner.
We've got time called.
I think something on the field.
Yeah, the wind really started to pick up in the last few minutes. One of the banners got ripped down along the boards here, so I think that maybe something made its way onto the pitch as this one's popped up by Wagner and out of play. Thrown back in by Monmouth, now a little bit closer to the center. It'll be taken by, again, the left back, Lawrence Mancino. Gets a good one into it. Goes past Wagner, goes past everybody, and it'll go out again. That one got thrown in that time with Monmouth getting a good boot on it. In there is Forsyth. We go down, and we've got a foul. Some more physicality there as we get back rolling right away. Tipped back out to the right. Oh, man. Trouble there as Monmouth tries to go back in for it. He whiffs it.
Well, Aviles made his first 3 good crosses with his right foot. That time he cut the ball, made it to the left, and put it inside. Could have been trouble.
Back out to Monmouth on the defense.
I like how calm Lazoya is with the ball, number 5.
He's got a lot of poise to him. Absolutely agree with you there, Mark. This one is
makes that little move there with Hudak on him.
Now here's another good move out to the left. Monmouth brings it up with a Nevsky. Blocked, brought down at the chest by Davidson.
Well, that was a great shoulder tackle that time by 14 McGuigan that time for Atlantic City. And that one will go out of play. This will be thrown in again by Monmouth.
Mancino being the guy for that task here this afternoon. It goes back over to Lazoya, who, as we said, has had a very, very calm style of play today and has impressed both of us as it's out on the right wing for the defense. Just got over the head of Bradshaw. Now out to the right wing. Got a chance. It's up and a slide by Anevsky. No good. Misses to the left, but a valiant effort nonetheless by FC Monmouth.
Well, that was a great cross by David Caputo that time, the Rowan product, and just a little bit too much on it. As we said, the wind's whipping up, so that might have affected it a little bit.
Yeah, I think if this was a calmer day with perfect conditions, maybe we're talking a little bit different there, but that one will go back out to Monmouth, who is, even after scoring their first goal in the 26th minute, we're 6 minutes past that now, and they've controlled a good bit of the possession here since scoring their first goal. Atlantic City has really been trying to pick up the pieces since then. Monmouth has kind of taken the wheel here.
Well, remember you had said that Monmouth was not showing some urgency. I think they were just looking to see where they could pick things apart, and they've certainly worked the right flank really well here in the opening half.
It's Fisher Hudak who's there, gets a couple of good touches there. This one goes way up. It's over and brought back in by Grayson Parks. Haven't heard his name in a couple minutes there as that one rolls out, but good play by Parks nonetheless on the Monmouth defense. Brought back out to AC, gets a check there and a foul. Monmouth coach disagreeing with that one. Their head coach, Hugh McDonald.
Yeah, that was Homowitz that time. He did foul him that time. One thing we noticed, and again, watch Wagner coming up here on this free kick situation. Oh, great stick by Aviles that time to make that steal.
He has just been so good today. I was just about to say the same thing. He has been unbelievable today, as that one will also be called.
Well, they're saying that Anevsky, 33, jumped on the back that time, wasn't going up for the ball, jumped on the back, and thus the free kick here
I could see
for the
that.
Aces.
Yeah, I think that's a fair call. That one goes out. Again, right wing for number 16, Tyler Davidson. He's been the corner kick specialist today, but he's going to try to get one of his own from the right wing. Out to the left.
I'll tell you, Davidson is open. Nobody is marking 16 on that far right side.
Nobody was marking him, and nobody was giving him the ball. There's some rain coming down here. And, well, AC just got a kick off, but not sure what happened there. We're in the 34th minute here at the North Athletic Complex in Stockton. It's a busy day on campus today. There was a big track and field event at the main soccer field, but the home opener for the Aces being held on a great facility nonetheless here in Atlantic County. This one's over. Back to Wagner at the center back position. Still AC trying to find their way here down 1-0 after a 26-minute goal by Monmouth. With a 3-0 start to the season, AC checking into week 4 at a 1-0-1 record. Player goes down for AC, and we'll have a foul here. Looks like Horowitz went down in the midst of that, or, no, excuse me, McNamee was down after getting a bit of contact on that play. Goes back in, Monmouth with possession. And a lot of whistles back to back to back here in the 35th minute. And Monmouth will have it again. They'll tip it back in. It goes to number 15, Jake Homowitz.
Hey, he's taken down from behind that time. He's actually asking why wasn't there a card on that, but it's going to be a free kick. And now this is a kind of a dangerous situation here. And by the way, watch number 10, Araya.
And especially in a situation where you have...
He's not being marked right now. And Araya, of course, heading to FDU, formerly of NJIT.
Don't know if you can see it on the camera, everybody back at home, but there is a lot of rain coming down here. Luckily, we're on a turf field, so we don't have to worry about it. However, Monmouth, again with a lot of clear space. It's brought over. Here's another good chance, saved by Maroney.
Good pass that time as Caputo got behind the defense, and Maroney doing a great job coming off his line and making a play.
Another good chance here for Monmouth if they can take this one away, but Atlantic City now finally starting to get some legs as that one goes out to Wakocha on the right wing. It went out, he knocked down the flag in the meantime.
Keep in mind, when you're making these long passes on this wet turf, they're going to skip even more, so you have to be even more precise when you're making these passes.
They're going to skip like a rock on a lake as this one will go over. It's up.
Well, you don't want to head it right back in the middle of the goal there. That's a dangerous situation.
A big slide, getting tangled up. Hudak and Monmouth's number 10, Araya. But either way, still got a little bit of time left in the first half with the rain lightening up, but we'll have to see how they manage this for the last 8 minutes of the half.
There have been a couple times where FC Monmouth got away with a ball like right in the middle there, where if Atlantic City could have gotten possession, could have maybe walked in on goal. That's a great switch right there.
Absolutely. Now have some free space on the right. It's brought out to number 9, Grayson Parks. Now burning through the middle again, number 17, Mancino. Heard a lot from him today. Here's another chance. Maroney went down, and now a Monmouth player is down as well.
That was Aviles on that cross that time that Maroney was able to get a hand on it. Once again, how dangerous has he been from that right flank?
Have to wonder if Aviles is going to be due at one point or another, because he has been so close to putting himself, in the stat sheet, but hasn't gotten it yet, as again the only goal coming in was from Pat Shaw in the 26th minute with Monmouth up 1-0. This one goes back.
Of course, he set that one up, though.
He did set it up, I'll tell you that, yeah. So his work is not going to be forgotten today if Monmouth can retain this lead, as they're up 1-0 in the 38th minute.
Bradshaw,
Wagner.
28, has just not gotten many touches, Dan. And if you're Atlantic City, you want to get 28 the ball. He can do a lot. Here's Wakocha.
Wakocha, left wing, brought back out, landed at the chest, goes through the legs. Now got another chance. He slips. Now another chance for Wakocha as he goes, and a one-hopper right back to Monmouth and right back to DeMarco. Again, the backup goalkeeper at Marshall over in West Virginia, as this one will go over again. Got past a couple of guys that time. Now on the left wing for Mancino.
Wow, just got past Hudak that time. That, again, could have been a dangerous situation. I think Monmouth has to be a little more careful with its passing, especially in its own zone.
Well, they'll have about maybe 6-ish minutes remaining. We'll have to see how much they put up on the board here, as in the 39th minute, it's up. It goes along the crossbar, headed and just out, as Anevsky had a good chance but ends up missing wide. And we remain at a 1-0 game here after that nice little setup there in front of the goal.
Well, what Atlantic City has to do a better job is on marking on those crosses. You mentioned Anevsky. In addition, 10, Araya was there as well, both of them on that left post. So Atlantic City on those crosses, when the ball shifts, have to be able to mark up better.
It's back to Wagner. He was pretty close to the goalkeeper that time. Usually they're a little bit further out, but AC will now try to advance here as this one gets past a couple of guys and a foul.
That was a great pass by Forsyth. I think he's the best long passer on this team, the most accurate.
Now Hudak's on the right side. He's getting guarded by Mancino, goes back out to the right for the defenseman McGuigan. It goes back to Wagner. He's had a lot of time with the ball today. He rolls it across the center and over the Osprey logo. This one's up. Monmouth right there, though, all alone. Now got a chance for Davidson. Shoots with the left foot, misses wide. Just past DeMarco there. Kind of a convoluted play, but it results in a shot outside.
What happened was 17 Mancino, he headed the ball down. When you're trying to head it out, you've got to get it higher up. He headed that ball down. The Aces were able to get the ball. Again, there have been some dangerous situations.
Yeah, we'll just have to see how it ends up progressing for everybody going forward, because, Atlantic City, they've had some good chances, but there was a good portion where Monmouth just kind of had everything going for them. And soccer is a meticulous game. It is a game, as you said, where they had to slowly figure out every area where they can pick their opponent apart, and then that finally culminated in the 26th-minute goal and another chance for some extra offense at the end of the half.
Little nutmeg there that time by Anevsky.
It's good stuff. Oh, a good spin. Back out to the center. He loses it. Some more contact back over the middle. It's 23, McNamee. He's guarded, gets a shot. It is deflected off of DeMarco, but he's able to save it with his hands there in a standing stance.
You know, I'm surprised that DeMarco has not gotten down on those shots, and the way the ball can skip.
To say that.
He's been successful, so maybe that's the way he does it. But if I'm a keeper, especially on this slick turf, I'm getting down.
Especially on a turf field as well. If it was grass, I'd say a little bit different, but turf can really make it almost like a slip and slide out there. I've seen a couple players get crossed up in that regard as well. As there's a man down, he got trapped.
Yeah, that was Aviles that time. They called him on the push.
Yeah, not a big surprise there as he basically swallowed up the ball that time as Fatiga out on the left.
One thing they've done a better job of, remember we said early in the game they were not marking as tightly? They've done a little better job of that, them being FC Monmouth.
This one's over. Now a chance for Davidson, gets blocked. Back out to Monmouth. It's Anevsky. He's been a guy we've been following today. He gets a little bit tipped there with McGuigan. However, it goes out and it's Ace's ball as it's thrown in to Davidson.
Mancino, 17 with that block, Dan. That was a big block that time.
Very big.
And he did a good job of, not getting a handball called, too. Sometimes you make those blocks and your hands are up. He did an excellent job that time.
Now AC with some room. This one's up. Over, intended for Davidson, but he couldn't get there as Monmouth interjected at the right time. And that one's out.
Yeah, Mancino with the head. But as we mentioned before, Davidson has been open, running down that right flank. And here comes Wokacha with the big throw.
Wokacha going in there. Everybody's setting up for the play. This one's up. It is tipped. Monmouth is there. It's back to Caputo. And that one will roll out just barely there. It'll be thrown in by McGuigan.
I think he was thinking of going back toward the middle and smartly just kicked it out to the outside.
Yeah, I think that was one of those situations where it was better to let it go. As Monmouth brings it down, it is back to Bradshaw. You were talking about how AC should be giving him the ball more. I agree with you. I think that they may change that in the second half. We'll have to see how these last few possessions go depending on what they've got in the tank.
Well, it's also, contingent on him getting open too and moving without the ball as well. So
yeah, the ball doesn't magically come to you. You've got to work for it.
Boy, McNamee's created a lot of chances.
Well, now Bradshaw's got some space. It's up and way wide out to the right of DeMarco.
We saw there the Kai Forsythe making a run, the center back for Atlantic City, and every time he's done that, good things have happened for them. He's very calculated, though. He makes sure he gets back defensively, but anytime he's done that so far, Dan, they've had some good showings.
Absolutely. DeMarco taking his time.
We talked about how accurate a passer he is, especially on the long ball. See, there's a chance. There's an example of how that ball skips away on this turf.
I don't think it should be forgotten. Not only has it rained recently and now, but it also had some heavy rains last night as well.
Yep.
So that exacerbates the issue, and with all of this constant rain, it just gathers through and through.
Look at that pass.
Hudak, beautiful pass.
That's a long pass by Forsythe again, right on his foot.
Oh, got a jersey tug.
Yep.
And gonna have a whistle here.
I think Davidson's going to get carded for this. Yep.
Indeed.
Yep.
That's the first card against Atlantic City. The first was called, I want to say, right around the 30th minute against Eric Sedloka. And now Davidson will get tagged with a yellow. Second yellow card of the day.
Davidson with 17 starts last season for Washington and Lee.
Now FC Monmouth with a 1-0 lead at the tail end of the first half. They'll pass this one back and forth a few times with Mancino and Araya, the captain, one of several.
I like Araya, how he just distributes, gets rid of the ball very quickly.
Not a time waster. Always good to see. Little shove back and forth. AC trying to keep their balance. McNamee goes down. See what we've got here. It tips up off the head. Forsyth going out with it. He goes in for a slide tackle. Another Monmouth player gets tossed around. Lenny Aviles is there.
That was a great tackle that time by Forsyth that time. Had Aviles there, possibly in a one-on-one situation.
Now a good chance with Wagner intervening. Good
Great
footwork by Davidson.
Yeah, nice read by Wagner that time.
Yeah, kind of taking, responsibility there and going through. That'll mark the end of the first half. So some good possessions at the end, but a 26-minute goal by Monmouth's number 26, by 34, Patrick Shaw, brings us to the halftime break in the 47th minute. We'll take a quick replay of that, and we're going to be on break here from Stockton University.
The flag, it is tipped up, put in play, and a goal! That one will go for Monmouth. It's their first of the day. Tipped in on the left side.
In life, the road ahead is full of possibilities, but to navigate it safely, you need the right skills. Harper Driving School is the premier driving school serving Gloucester, Salem, and Camden counties. With experienced instructors, many of whom are teachers in local schools, we are dedicated to your success and will help you master the road with confidence. With an over 95% success rate of students passing their road test on their first try, you know your student will be in good hands while embarking on a huge step of their young adult lives, all while avoiding the lines at the DMV and getting insurance discounts.
We chose Harper, and so should you.
Garden State Pet Center is an independently owned full-service pet store. Our specialty is promoting companionship between people and animals by providing the healthiest product choices available, including all-natural foods, supplements that support and relieve health issues, and innovative products for pet parents. Our goal is to provide our customers with a relaxing environment, and while we're not striving to be the biggest store on the East Coast, we're striving to be the best. No other pet store will make you feel at home like we do. At Garden State Pet Center, we view pets as members of the family. We don't believe in fast, high-pressure sales, but instead matching up the right pet with the right owners, as you are making a lifelong commitment. Together with our team members, we would like your visit to our store to be both enjoyable and educational. Simply drop in and take a look around. View the birds, reptiles, small animals, toys, food, cages, and miscellaneous items. Learn of the services we have to offer and decide for yourself if this is the store you'd like to call your home away from home.
Victor Santucci, owner of Garden State Pet Center. Visit us today at 226 South Whitehorse Pike in Audubon, New Jersey. We're open 7 days a week for all of your pets' needs.
May is Mental Health Awareness Month. It is the responsibility of all of us to make sure that our friends, family, and anybody who we hold dear in our lives is feeling well. The problem with spotting mental health issues is that the symptoms aren't that obvious. Just because someone is okay or appears okay on the outside doesn't mean that they're okay on the inside. It's important that if they are in distress, that they call the right people and they get the help that they need. And it is very important that we treat each other with respect, regardless of who you are or where you come from. But it is just as important that we treat ourselves with respect, regardless of the situation going on in our lives. If you're in distress, you can call this number, 988, or you can visit any of these websites if you're not in distress, but would like to learn more information about mental health awareness and research.
Literally, they've been here twice, and they're about to score, or on the doorstep of scoring 50 for the second game in a row. Xavier Terry Brown. He is still on his feet. He's being shoved forward into the end zone. But who's got the ball? Look at Jason Solomon. The ball magically appeared in Woodbury's hands, and now they're back at the 50. This one's going back. This one's going to go to the distance. I don't see any flags. Did that just go for 100 yards? I think it did. I do not see any flags as Woodbury. Oh my goodness, Jason Solomon have a day. He is the first man not named Taylor to score. Wow, that was good.
Ryan Nutley, who has 3 RBIs so far, is up on deck as here's a fly ball at the center field, going back to the wall. It is gone! 3-run home run, Steve Schaefer. He rockets one out, and it's 9-2. First home run for Schaefer this year, the second hit at home by a Scarlet Raptor.
1-0 Red Bank. Now here is Al D'Elia. The man they used to call Big Al has now slimmed down, and he still hits dingers. He went viral in 2018 for his catchphrase during the Little League World Series when he was introduced by the ESPN camera crews and was given his standard introduction. He said, "Hi, my name's Big Al, and I hit dingers." And that sentiment still holds true today. He had his first career high school home run versus Rumson Fairhaven in their opening game of the campaign last week. There's a swing and a miss, 0-2. But D'Elia, kind of a folk hero for baseball players who just want to hit the ball far and have fun while doing it. The poster child now is the poster big fella. Fly ball right center field. This is going to be a sac fly. Taken in by Terranova, and Big Al might not hit dingers, but he certainly drives in runs. It's 2-0.
the best chances that FC Monmouth have mainly have been from Aviles on the right side, but they also had a good left side cross in there too. So I think that's one of the things that, if you're Atlantic City, you have to tighten up. The other thing I look for is Forsyth, number 3. When he moved up and made some calculated runs, it was much better for the Atlantic City attack. And I look for maybe to see more of that here in half number 2.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I think that, listen, you know, we talked about Monmouth kind of trying to pick apart that Atlantic City defense, and then they finally got that breakthrough with Shaw in the 26th minute. So right now, as we get settled in, the conditions are something that have been a little bit unpredictable. It hasn't been consistently raining, and now even the sun is starting to pop out here in the 48th minute or 47th minute. So, you know, right now where we're at, this game is going to be something that can really change with the motions as we go along in the second half.
Good control by Anevsky that time. He's the one that caused that foul on Wagner. So be a free kick situation. And again, a guy had a big first half. Andrew Araya ready to take it. Very, very accurate too. So, and again, you notice that Mancino, 17, who's really strong in the air, has come up from the back.
And it will be a free kick for Monmouth there after the foul. They'll look to extend their lead. It's up, away, and it is off to the side of Maroney.
I think he was looking for Mancino that time, 17. That ball just went over his head.
I don't think he was trying to go straight alone that time. I think he was trying to.
Oh, there's no question he wasn't, yeah.
I think he was trying to find Mancino or somebody in that regard, but Aces have it. Good stoppage there by Cahill. Out to Wakocha on the left side. It's tipped and out of play, banging off the chain link fence. It's brought back in quickly, or not so fast.
Little extracurricular activity there by Homowitz and Cahill.
A little bit of fireworks here in the second half. That's what'll happen in a 1-0 game. You know, look, it's an intense sport, and it's a home opener for Atlantic City. They want to defend that turf. As again, some traffic on the right wing. This one is taken up, tipped up on the head, and landing right in the hands of DeMarco, who brings that one in to the right side of the net.
Hudak on that header, and then McNamee again. He's made some very good runs here for Atlantic City. Again, I think that I said that they've tightened up defensively. Whoa, that could have been a dangerous situation that time.
There's been a lot of them today. That one missed out to the left.
Lozoya that time, wow, got away with one. He's been making great decisions most of the game. And they'll have DeMarco take this free kick.
Yeah, DeMarco's going to line this one up, and looks like the rain has stopped for now, but it's been on and off today. And as we talk about the turf, we've seen some players start to slide in that. This one's a long way, goes past the Osprey logo. It's tipped up on the header, and some good movement there. That one's out to the left side. Rolling over is Wakocha. And the flag goes up, and it's out. Forsyth definitely disagreed.
Again,
that
McNamee on a tremendous feed, though, inside there. I had said how FC Monmouth has done a better job marking up, but McNamee's had a lot of space. 23 for Atlantic City.
Oh, look out. That one hit the back row of the grandstands and skipped out into the parking lot. Shows how intimate of a venue this is here in Stockton, but this one goes back out to Wagner, tips it to Forsyth. They're kind of backpedaling here, looking to advance.
FC Monmouth is letting the Atlantic City defenders come up free around midfield. There's been no high pressing or anything like that. They've had a lot of room, and then they back it up once they get in the midfield. There's a lot of congestion, especially in the middle of the field.
Yeah, you can see that absolutely there as this one gets tipped to the Marco off the side from number 9, Grayson Parks. Forsyth has it. Rolling, he stops it. And then again, it'll go back out to Wakocha. Good footwork
great
there to create some space.
Sorry, Dan, that's a great job by Wakocha that time. He actually passed the ball to himself on the right side and then made the run.
That's some great footwork there, and we've seen that multiple times today from Wakacha.
Yeah, Mancino there on the foul, so you're going to have the free kick.
And in a good position, too, for Atlantic City. Not too far out. Could make some noise with this one. We'll see how they get it, though.
Keep in mind, number 10, Wakacha. Let's see where he's going to make his run. Is he going to make his run to the near post?
Referee's making a signal. I think they're telling Davidson to switch positions here for his free kick.
Well, you know, Davidson is so accurate on the corner kick. I think they're looking at Wakacha here. It
would be a good idea if they did. Here we go. It's up. Indeed for Wakacha. Here goes Forsyth, and barely saved out to the right by Eddie DeMarco. He goes in for the slide feet first and ends up bringing it down. DeMarco picks up another save as Forsyth was almost right on top of him. He ends up bringing that one out.
Almost, if he could have had control of that ball. That's an excellent run by Forsyth,
who already picked up 2 goals versus Kensington on the opening match, a 7-1 win for Atlantic City. And another slide there, again by 23, Luke McNamee out of Monmouth and originally from Pearl River, New York. Apologize, Lighthouse SC from the opening week. Although one of the matches we will be covering in the future for Atlantic City FC. For those that are curious, we've got 2 more on the docket for July. We'll be coming back on July 7th for a matchup versus Kensington SC, and then our final will be the final home match of the season, July 12th versus First State. Good defense there by Wakacha. He's really had some excellent fundamental moves today and beyond as he brings this one out to the right side, and that one is sent a long way over the barriers of the athletic complex.
You know, it's interesting. Mancino kicked that ball out of bounds. He may have been able to turn that ball, go back, and find one of his teammates to keep possession.
Atlantic City has possession on the right wing. Again, some more fake outs there as it goes to Fatiga. Sliding, we'll keep it in play and we'll keep it alive as Forsyth again going back over to the left side. He will trail it out and let it go. And a good move there as he'll bring it back to Maroney.
Tell you, Fatiga has such a great burst. He doesn't need much room, so they have to be really tight on him. He had a few chances early on in the game. We haven't heard a lot from him. They've tightened up a little bit on him. And for good reason.
As we said, this is exactly what you're talking about there. Not a lot of high pressing from the Monmouth defense. You know, Wagner, Bradshaw, and Forsyth out there. Not a lot of people getting up and giving them pressure.
No, they're letting them come up to about midfield, and then they are packing everything in and making it very difficult for Atlantic City to find some open players. Wow, they're messing around with that ball back there.
That was very odd that time as Fatiga, again, almost right on top.
Man, that's
of DeMarco.
That's a ball that's put in the center of the field. A little too casual on the passing here for FC Monmouth.
We'll see if Atlantic City can take advantage of it. Again, Bradshaw over the middle. One goes out to the left side for Wakacha, who avoids a sliding. No, that's not Araya. That is number 9, Grayson Parks.
It's an excellent job by Parks, getting the ball, not creating the foul at all. That's a tremendous slide.
This one is sent a long way, gets knocked down.
Again, though, you can't head the ball downwards. You got to head it in the air if you're clearing it out. They headed it down right in the middle. And that's going to be a corner kick.
Yeah, it's going to be a corner.
See what I mean, Dan? When you're trying to clear the ball as a defender, you want to clear it in the air and hit it toward the outside. They've been hitting it down and right in the middle.
Yeah, I think that definitely with this corner kick coming up could be a bit of a wake-up call for FC Monmouth. I mean, they've got a 1-goal lead here, but as we said, that defensive scheme that they've been doing has been really, really successful, even if it's not conventional. Here we go.
Wagner.
Oh, good tip there. See what they've got in store.
I think they're going to have a throw in there. That was an excellent job by Mancino, who got his head on that ball. just enough to clear it out. Now you're going to get the long throw from Wokacha. So this is actually, from where the position is, this is going to serve as a corner kick.
More or less, yeah. I mean, the wind has been pretty consistently facing our way.
He'll get this right in. He'll get this right near the 6.
I don't think it'll be right in his wheelhouse. Well, coach getting ready from far out. Tipped up, brought back down. Bradshaw back to Wakocha, keeps it in play.
That's a great step heel that time.
Yes, that one's up. Oh, so close. DeMarco goes flying in there, and a jamboree of players all around.
Well, what happened was 17 Mancino just got a piece of it. That's why it's a corner kick right now. Oh, that was a great back heel pass that time by Wokacha. Tremendous skill.
Yeah, he has been really impressive in our eyes tonight, as this one will go up and tipped out again. Monmouth on a mission as it goes back out. AC looking to keep the peace, as that one is, again, a lot of physical contact there, including James Cahill and number 11, Lenny Aviles, who had the assist on the first and to this point only goal in the game for Monmouth. Right side. FC Monmouth is there with David Caputo. More contact with Cahill. Back out on top of the Osprey logo for Jack Longo, number 2. Haven't heard his name too much today, but he has been getting some extra touches now in the second half. Here's another chance. Monmouth, it's tipped and wide. Tried to get a good, kind of standing position there for Patrick Shaw, looking for his second goal. Can't get it, but gives Atlantic City a run for their money, no pun intended, here in the second half.
Well, one of the reasons we haven't heard from Longo is he just came in.
We didn't see that.
He's one of the longest tenured players on this team.
Of course, this is the first season in the league for clubs, an 8-team Northeast Conference in which Monmouth and Atlantic City occupy 2 of the top 3 slots at the moment, and Monmouth one of 2 undefeated teams. This one's a good chance for Atlantic City. Some contact there. Monmouth looking to take the wheel. A slide, contact, back to Cahill, and Wokacha tries to get in on it, but Monmouth takes over. It goes back to David Caputo. The crowd loves it. Here's another chance, and it is kicked out to avoid a bad situation by Kai Forsyth.
Well, that's all Aviles putting the pressure on him that time.
Yeah, he definitely made it very difficult.
Able to get the corner kick now. By the way, we talk about Longo. This is his 24th career game for FC Monmouth, and that ties him for 3rd on the all-time list. So he's a real veteran of this club. I'll tell you what, Mancino has been so good in the air. Let's see if 17 is a guy. Oh, it was right there.
It's up. Just lands behind the net.
It was right near him. They were looking for him.
In his proximity, for sure. This will be brought out by Maroney. Takes his time there. And tipped out to the left side. Forsyth took his time for sure. Goes back to Wokacha. Bounces it off of his right knee. Now it goes out, stops it, and lets it fly. Again, a lot of airtime here from Atlantic City. It rolls back out to Fatiga. Guarded by Monmouth's Eric Sedloka. Monmouth gets it back. Cahill tried to intervene, no good, and it's back out to the right defense, and more specifically for number 17, Lawrence Mancino. Wokacha couldn't get in there in the battle with number 11, again, Lenny Aviles, who has been a nightmare for these Atlantic City defenders this afternoon and has been getting some work in on both sides of the ball. It's back to Wagner. Tips it out to the left for Forsyth. And Atlantic City, again, getting a little bit trapped there on the left side. Tipped out and out of play.
It was a good idea by Fatiga. He was trying to go one touch that time to Wilkacha, thinking that maybe he could send him down the wing, but the ball went out of bounds.
Yeah, no cigar on that one, as this one will be brought in by Monmouth. As we wait for a substitution, Bradshaw is coming out.
Looks like Ryan Gale is one of the subs in for Atlantic City.
Looks like Wagner's coming out as well. The only one I saw was, as you said, Ryan Gale, a Rowan product, replacing Bradshaw. If there was a second one, I didn't catch it.
Actually, there were 3 that come in, and I'm trying to catch them now.
Trying to play catch up. I think we're going to find out as their backs turn. As Cahill is there. It's over to Wakacha. This one goes over to Sean Fatiga. It's tipped over the middle.
Daniel Gonzalez is one of the players in. He's number 21.
That'll be correct. An Egg Harbor product, not too far from here, out of Ryder.
And the player who replaced Wagner is Landon Eaton, so he's playing in the back as a center back there. So 3 subs.
All at once.
At once.
You're in the 62nd minute of play. Subs registered in the 61st, but this will be brought out by, again, Monmouth's goalkeeper Eddie DeMarco. This one's up. This one will go well past midfield. It's brought up, and a violent header there as he goes down on the attempt. Here comes another chance. Oh, and a good save. DeMarco, Fatiga just couldn't find a good footing there.
Well, what he was trying to do, Dan, was literally pass it to himself that time.
Just like Wakacha did.
Yeah, and get to the right side, but he just hit it a little bit too far.
Except what Wakacha did was in a much lower stakes situation. That was right in front of DeMarco. While we have a bit of a lull, let's run over some ad reads for this afternoon. This broadcast is brought to you by Harper Driving School. Over 90% of students who take their New Jersey State driving test with Harper pass on the first attempt. If you like those odds, you can book an appointment today at Suite 4 of the Total Turf Complex in Pittman at 614 Lambs Road. Also, if you're a small business owner interested in advertising with us on Dan Wilkins Broadcasting, you can send us an email with an inquiry at thedanwilkinsshow@gmail.com. We'll send you an advertising flyer with information on how to get involved in front of over 100,000 annual viewers on YouTube. Another chance for AC. Fatiga is there in a midst of a lot of traffic there for Monmouth. Right side, McNamee, goal! Game tied! Luke McNamee on the right side brings it in, brings it home, and the game is tied 1-1. And the Aces right back in it in the 63rd minute. Excellent stuff there.
He's been buzzing around the goal for quite some time, and an outstanding feed that time by Fatiga. Fatiga, who was quiet for long stretches of that first half, has come out here in the second half and has really been a factor.
And the game is now tied 1-1 as we've got an excellent last half hour or so of TLFC soccer remaining between 2 of the top 3 clubs in the Northeast Conference, as this one will tip out towards center with number 9, Grayson Parks, taking his time.
Notice how few touches Aviles has had here in the second half. So we had talked about at halftime.
Well, he got one there.
We talked about at halftime talking about maybe defending those crosses from that outside. Well, they're not letting him get the ball much as he gets it right there as we talk.
They're not letting him get any kind of an edge because him being open was what led to Pat Shaw scoring that first goal for FC Monmouth. Now here's Aviles again. He's got room on the right wing, getting past Wakacha. Right foot tip. Back on the blue and yellow line out towards Homowitz. And over towards Mancino, left wing. And again, another grounder there to Longo. It is tipped up. AC brings it down. It goes back to Mancino. And back at the center for Longo, one of the new subs for Monmouth, coming in a couple of minutes ago.
You know, too much passing here. You've got to sometimes let it rip. I thought Longo had a couple of chances there. Here he is again.
Longo's got room this time. Oh, he got blocked there. He might have heard you. That one goes out to the right wing as Monmouth again hanging on to the possession. And DeMarco will take this one.
Gonzalez getting in the way to make that block for Atlantic City.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, that's taking one for the team right there. Just high velocity and was able to bring it down before it got far at all. And now Monmouth back to square one here, and quite literally, now that it's tied 1-1. That one went far out, and now AC has their possession here with James Cahill coming in. Now back out to the right side for Davidson.
McNamee, by the way, is a rising junior at Monmouth. And, of course, the head coach for FC Monmouth, Hugh McDonald, is an assistant coach at Monmouth. So
there you go. Small world, right? It's back out to Forsyth on the left wing. Again, you could see that exact same pattern for Monmouth. They're giving him a lot of space, but then they are cramming everybody like sardines once you get over the Osprey logo. It's been a little bit crazy how it's conspired here this afternoon, as this one will go back to Maroney.
Yeah, they're picking it up a little bit. You see Caputo, number 8 there. We're watching, but they're still getting a lot of room to send it out from the back.
Yeah, I don't think at all that. Here we go with another chance here, tip back to DeMarco.
Had Fatiga been able to trap that ball, he had a little bit of room there.
Absolutely did.
Again, these balls are tougher to trap on this wet pitch. Great step over.
Wakocha left side. Monmouth and Wakocha trying to get into it there. It's out of play.
Well, you could see why he was a second team all NJAC player. There's Longo. Looking long ball. It's interesting that time that he had Shaw, but the pass a little bit too far. Maroney.
Now it's back out here for Atlantic City as they bring it out to Wakocha. Forsyth is there.
I'll tell you what, I would not let Forsyth have this much room because of how accurate he is. Now, I say that and he makes a bad pass there, but I would not let Forsyth have the room that they are allowing him because he has great vision. He can see the whole field.
And it misses to the left of Maroney there.
Those long balls are going to keep skipping, Dan. It's going to be tough to make those passes and convert them.
And even though it's not raining right now, you don't know if it's going to start raining again. Those clouds don't look very friendly, but then, you know, it rained last night pretty much all night into the day, and then it rained, even causing a lightning delay early in the first half.
This is where your trapping ability can make the difference between. You know, we talked about Fatiga had a ball up there. If he would have been able to get it, now it was a tough play. I'm not saying he should have had it. But if you're able to trap the ball and keep it near your body, you're going to have a chance.
This one's tipped up. Brought down. Wakocha creates some space. Lets it drop twice without anybody touching it. Wakocha goes down. And now another chance. Monmouth shoots way just a little bit high. A good ball there, as a laser shot from David Caputo is no good right over the crossbar.
Aviles that time.
Oh, Aviles, my bad.
Really, you know, we've been seeing him pass the ball, and he hasn't been looking to the goal himself, but he showed his great offensive ability. I'll tell you what, I think he's going to be a real key this year for Rutgers. The people at FC Monmouth have talked about just how improved he's gotten.
And it's one thing if you already have talent, but to improve on that with your rigorous training is always a great thing.
Now there's a great trap that time.
Absolutely, and now some room for Fatiga. Back out towards McNamee. Keeps it in, it's tipped up. Shot, no! So close for Ryan Gale, the forward. As they tried to get a little set piece there, but no good, and that one will go back out in the 70th minute.
Always tough to keep those volleys on goal that time. And Gale from point-blank range. Now, Do you think he had time to bring it down and then shoot it? I don't know. I think he made the right move. It was just a little bit. Obviously, the shot was off.
Yeah, that and in addition to that, we also have to think about how, that was a very high tip up that tried to get converted into into kind of a flat ground pass there. As AC will bring this one back out to Wakocha.
Fatiga did a great job winning that ball. He did not have a good angle on that, and he was able to win it and get it back to Wakocha.
And a very nice ball there, just lands flat. And it's back over again. Monmouth possession. This one will roll for number 33, and Anevsky. But Monmouth with a long possession here. Sliding in is the Aces. Unable to hold, although it looks like they're going to hang on to the possession, though. Aiden McGuigan.
That's a great defensive play by McGuigan, who makes the slide, then keeps the possession, gets it back to a teammate. Uses his body to shield the FC Monmouth player away from him.
And they're going to hang on to it here. Here goes AC. Another good chance. Got one out to the right side. Here comes another one. He shoots, and DeMarco's able to save it. Man, what a good look there, but just couldn't go.
Yeah, Fatigue was off balance, and he got sent in on a tremendous feed that time by number 34, Ryan Gale. As you mentioned, Dan, the Rowan product from Triton High School.
Yeah, decent amount of NJAC products on this FC Atlantic City team, as we said before. A couple Rowan products, Ryan Cleary and Jason Barrigan. Some, again, Aiden McGuigan and Ryan Gale, and then some Stockton products as well. Irvin Gajelli and Carter Bailey.
I'll tell you what, in the last 20 minutes, I think Atlantic City's really been taking it to them.
Yeah, they've been coming into their own here. I think scoring that goal, getting that good look, finally gave them the confidence that they needed to realize that against an undefeated Monmouth team that they can stick it to the man and they can change the tides. And right now in a 1-1 game, they've certainly got plenty of chances to get back in the lead. Or in the lead for the first time today. Again, coming off of a 0-0 tie in their last match. Right now, third in the standings table is another kind of congested pass there out to the left for Cahill. It's shot over the middle. Right side gets slipped up and gets tripped up. It'll go back down. Some more hard contact. Shot from way downtown by Yushe from Wakocha. And taking a little while to get up there is McNamee. Yeah, they
By the way,
down.
Patrick Kierskowski is into the game for FC Monmouth. Most people know this. If you sub out a player, that is it for them in the league. So, unlike the college game where you can come back in the second half.
And in high school, it's a free-for-all.
Right.
You can rest a player for 5 minutes and they can come back in. You
Right.
can rest them for 2 minutes and they can come back in. As we have a little stoppage here, if I'm being honest, the first time that I went to first time that I watched a professional soccer game, it was a bit of a revelation to me because I covered high school soccer for so long. But we do have a substitution. McNamee will come out. Got a little bit banged up on that last play. I think that may be.
And Fatigue is coming out as well, and Fatigue has played as well as anybody here today.
Number 29, Justin Cecanecchio. I'm probably messing up that pronunciation.
Cecanecchio.
There you go. Out of Washington and Lee.
And also Owen Edwards, number 18, also in.
Yes.
For Atlantic City.
So they've made a total of, I believe, 5 subs at this point, and we're still in the 74th minute.
I thought Edwards came in last week against Kensington and really gave this Atlantic City team a spark. And he came in around this time of the game, too. So let's see what kind of impact number 18 can have.
Well, just like in the Kensington game, that one was tied, although nobody scored in the Kensington game 0-0. So in this, you've at least had the net touched a couple of times. As a good pass there to Ryan Gale, who's stuck out on the right wing for 29, who will send this one away.
That's a nice burst by Justin Cecanecchio that time. From that right flank, making his presence felt right away here for Atlantic City.
And whistles fly before the kick by Monmouth.
I've got to say, McNamee and Fatiga just came in. They're two of the players that just came out. They both played tremendous games, and they put a lot of pressure on this FC Monmouth defense.
Absolutely agreed. So after a brief stoppage there, DeMarco will send this one back out.
DeMarco has a big foot. He really does.
Pretty much every kick that he's had has gone well past midfield, and even on that one, didn't get a high launch angle, but it sails far, far and away, even with some heavy winds in and out today. Monmouth has possession on the left wing for number 21, Andres Lazo. And Lazo with a lot of dribbling and a lot of possessions there on the left side. Goes back out. Another chance for Monmouth as, again, they pass it around big time to Homowitz. And now over to number 2, Jack Longo again.
Both teams gone deep to their benches here.
Oh, and another hit and a foul.
Yep. That was McGuigan. He got him.
Pretty cut and dry that time, even for somebody who is not entirely well-versed on the game of soccer like I have been, but sometimes when you know, you know.
You got to give him 10 yards.
That one is up, and a one-hopper right back to Maroney on a very quick free kick there.
Yeah, it's a good job by Araya that time, trying to use the element of surprise. And by the way, that ball bounced up right at the end on Maroney.
Like we said,
showing that there's really no routine saves with this field the way it is.
You were talking about earlier DeMarco not really diving on a lot of his saves. We've seen it a little bit, but not as much as you would expect from the traditional goalkeeper.
Yeah,
with the wet turf.
Instead of diving, really getting down on that knee, to kind of make sure the ball doesn't bounce. Boy, Cecanecchio has been battling, hasn't he, since he came in the game?
He's only been in for maybe 6 minutes, and we've already had some high praise for him. As Forsyth goes in, Maroney with the slide. Gets some distance that time.
Wow, Kai Forsyth, number 3, with a great shoulder tackle and not fouling Avilas that time. That's a tremendous defensive play by 3.
And now it's brought out by Atlantic City. Cecanecchio again with some good footwork, a slip and a slide by Ryan Gale. He gets back up quickly.
Gale slid, but he's really making things happen up top.
Yeah. I honestly have been a little bit surprised by how little players have been losing their footing with how wet the turf has been.
Yeah, that's a good point.
A lot of people have been staying strong and staying tall through the time that we've had intermittent rain, even after the lightning delay in the 7th minute. This one is tipped up. Another chance here. Monmouth turns it over.
Dan, we talk about it again. Landon Eaton, 15, headed that ball right in the middle. Could have been a very dangerous situation there.
And now Wachaka is down. Or Wakacha, excuse me. Wakacha.
Well, he left the game last week against Kensington in the 82nd minute, and he was limping when he went out. But talk to people from the Atlantic City FC team, and they said he was fine. And obviously, the way he's been playing, he sure has been fine.
He's been playing like he's never been better.
Yeah.
While he is down, let's take this opportunity to take a look at the replay from the goal that got this game tied up. So just looking here, again, 63rd minute, get some good touches there, and then you could see kind of a 2-on-1 battle there with Fatiga trying to get through, and then he tips it out to the right, and then from there it's just, again, some more traffic, right side, shoots and scores. And again, Luke McNamee got the equalizing goal, and we're tied up 1-1 back in play, and good news is Wakacha still stays in the game in the 80th minute.
Those are two guys we talked about, Fatiga and McNamee, who made a lot happen, so it's appropriate that those two teamed up on that equalizing goal.
Yeah, I mean, listen, this is going to be a battle to the end. there have been a handful of stoppages, so I'm not sure how the extra time will, how much they'll allow. But I would imagine it would be a pretty high amount here as this one's over to the right side for Homowitz. Tips it back out to Caputo. Now it's over on the right wing for Monmouth and out of play. They'll set this one up here.
Park's looking for the long throw.
Yeah, really looking to get some good distance and airtime on it. It's tipped down by AC back to Owen Edwards. Wakacha in on it. Contact. It takes 2 to tango that time, and Edwards takes advantage of it. Back over with a couple of touches by Davidson.
Well, Davidson was backing up the play that time, and it's a good thing he did. And then he makes the nice long pass.
Slow roller to DeMarco.
Look at how much pressure Gale 34 is putting on FC Monmouth. That's a good chip out of there.
He has had plenty of them today, has had some great touches overall, as it'll go back to Cecanecchio. Back at the center, rolls out to Forsyth on the left wing, and Wakacha, who's been a little bit all over the place today, out to the right side. Another good chance here for 21, Daniel Gonzalez, an EHT product right down the road here in Atlantic County. He's got some traffic on him, and it'll roll out of play. But still some great touches here from Atlantic City as they are going to try to duke this one out to the end.
Well, we talk about Wakacha has a good throw. Wait till you see 15 Eaton. He can really heave it.
Absolutely.
And where you have the advantage of him doing it is you get Wakacha in there, who's tremendous in the air.
In the 82nd minute here at Stockton University, home of the Ospreys and the Atlantic City Aces, Atlantic City FC, as this one's popped up.
Yeah, they tried to get Forsyth moving up.
Oh, we got a big move there. Looks like we're going to have a card coming.
Yeah.
The question is what color? It's yellow. It's the second yellow card against Monmouth, the first against Andres Lazo, who is a substitution, I think, in the last 10 or 12 minutes. And now gets picked up with a yellow card.
Now remember, taking this free kick is Forsyth, who is the most accurate long passer on this team.
So we'll see what he's got here.
They're sending Eaton up there. They're sending Wakacha. Well, Wakacha's
they're sending the
there.
kitchen sink up there. As Forsyth ready to go. He had 2 goals in the Week 1 win over Lighthouse. That one's tipped up. Didn't get too much on that one, and Wakacha.
They were looking for Landon Eaton that time on that free kick, trying to get ahead on that ball. Good defense by FC Monmouth.
Absolutely. For the rest of this week in the League for Clubs, 6:30 p.m. tonight will be First State FC and Kingston Stockade at Abenicio Stadium in Wilmington. Kensington takes on NY Braveheart at Tiger Field at Holy Family, where you were last week. And then Med Oval plays the winless Lighthouse Club at the Lighthouse Complex in Philadelphia. And then for Monmouth, their next game will be a home game versus Kensington at Count Basie Park in Red Bank. And then AC will be on the road next week at NY Braveheart. That one's out.
My last time at Count Basie Park was when Paul VI beat Red Bank Catholic.
That's where RBC plays.
Yes.
Okay.
In the South Jersey girls in the South Jersey non-public A championship a couple years ago.
Huh.
That's a great complex.
Is that on RBC property, or is it
no,
just okay?
No, it's away from the campus.
Gotcha. Well, we've certainly seen our fair share of nice turfs and nice facilities today, even with the weather, as some tips there. A little bit of contact between McGuigan and Lazo. Again, Lazo, who just recently picked up his first yellow card. It's Monmouth second. 3 yellow cards issued today. Luckily, none of the red variety as this one rolls out.
Look at Gale putting on that pressure. He's made them go all the way back now. That's just from the pressure from 34.
That's great defense. Yeah, I mean, I was going to say they're backpedaling hard here. Again, some more little do-si-dos there from Caputo and Cahill.
Well, that's a tricky thing because you're Cahill, you're the defender, but you don't want to be called for obstructing him, and he wasn't. And he allowed the ball to go out to get the goal kick.
This one is taken up. Good leg there from AC's number 19. Another sub, it looks like, Atakan Ozdemir out of Glassboro. I have not heard that name in a few years. I believe a Glassboro High School product. We've covered Glassboro High School several times in the soccer area on Dan Wilkins Broadcasting. Ozdemir, I know, is a familiar last name, but either way, we'll keep the ball rolling here, and so will they. As Monmouth in the 86th minute this one is tipped, and no good that time. By the way, for our Dan Wilkins Broadcasting friends, our next broadcast will be tomorrow night in Cinnaminson. We kick off our season with the Tri-County Baseball League, and we'll have some whistles here. They'll try it again. The Burlington Township Pirates face off against the Cinnaminson Crew, the newest franchise in the Tri-County Baseball League at 6 o'clock from Cinnaminson on Sunday night. We'll be back with the Tri-County Conference, Tri-County Baseball League Monday as well in a North versus South matchup, the Pine Barrens Phantoms and the Washington Township Senators from Washington Township High School, 6:15 Monday night. Some good touches here by Monmouth. Got a lot of traffic right on that line. And still feeding out to the right side. A lot of space for number 9, Grayson Parks. Touched by the midfielder, Cecanecchio, who again has gotten a lot of high praise from us in the booth this afternoon in his limited time on the pitch. Out to the left side for Monmouth in the 87th minute. Back out to Araya, one of 2 captains on the Monmouth Crew, as that one is over to the middle. He's going to try to pivot there, couldn't get it. Now another chance, he's got an open look, crosses to the left, way high, into the parking lot.
But that's going to be a corner kick because that was off of AC.
Yeah, I believe there was some contact there in the air on the shot from Longo. I mean, that was a long ways out.
Just what we need, Dan, more rain.
Well, if you've got a garden at home, Mark, that one's up. It was tipped by Forsyth. Now back out to Longo on the left wing. This one is up. It looks good. No.
Cahill with a nice head out of there.
Yeah, that was very good defense there against long odds. And now it rolls over. Mancino. Oh, it's a post shot. Second chance, good. Monmouth. Potentially with a deal breaker in the 88th minute. They lead it 2-1 as a couple of close calls culminate. And, man, what a moment there for Monmouth. They take a 2-1 lead.
Looked like said Doka, number 4, on the follow that time.
Wow, just great stuff that time as Monmouth in the 88th minute takes a 2-1 lead. Unfortunately, didn't catch the replay in time of that one, but we'll have to rewind the tape at some point a little bit manually to take a gander there, as what a moment for Monmouth. 88th minute, looking to spoil the bargain. And everybody kind of jumped the line there before everything got started. We're back going, 89th minute.
Well, you talk about moving everybody up. Said Loka coming from the back that time and converting. I think that other shot.
That was Mancino that scored, it looked like, because it was a post shot. It was a post shot that hit off of the right post after Maroney dove. And there was some good movement there, but then it was right post, brought right back out, and then he scored it. Oh, that was 11. Lenny Aviles.
No.
No, it wasn't?
I'm pretty sure it was Sidloka, number 4. Check it
Yeah,
out again.
Yeah, you might be right on that one. Well, we'll find out with the.
We're in stoppage time now.
Yeah, we're up over the 90-minute mark. I'm sure it's convenient when you're covering professional games to find out how much time we'll have, but I don't think I saw any signal.
Here's what they're doing. They're bringing in the backup keeper, Zach Maddock, who's tremendous in the air. He's coming in for Atlantic City FC for this play. He did this last week, too.
How about this? That is Zach Maddock, another Atlantic County product out of Linwood, and attending Ursinus College. It's tipped in. No good there.
I don't know if they called a foul throw on that or.
I'm not sure. I didn't hear any whistles, but I've seen that at the high school level too with Joey Zubert out of Pittman. He'll often come in that kind of situation, of course, where high school substitution rules are lax. This one's tipped down. Yeah, Eric Sidloka, who received a yellow card in the first half. Probably a good candidate for a man of the match with a 2-1 tiebreaker in the 88th minute. One rolls right through as AC will have to bring their energy up to 110 here. Again in the stoppage time. Mark, unless you saw something I didn't, I'm not sure how many minutes they have, but we'll see what they've got, and I'm sure Atlantic City, regardless of how many minutes they do have, they will be on a very short game plan here as Monmouth will bring in a substitute. They will sub out Lenny Aviles, who we have had a lot of high praise for today. It's number 35. Or no, number 13, looks like, Noah Jones. I don't know where I got a 5 from, but Noah Jones looks like he's going to be the sub coming in for one of the 2 captains on the Monmouth team, Andrew Araya and Lenny Aviles.
My guess is, Dan, there's at least 4 minutes. There's a high kick that time.
Yeah, that's the right call.
My guess is probably about 4 minutes of stoppage time. We'll see.
If there is 4 minutes, we're already halfway through it. But Monmouth would have win if they hang on to it, would remain undefeated at 4-0-0. Again, joining Med Oval as the only other team in TLFC Northeast that is undefeated. Atlantic City would take their first loss of the year and would go to a clean 1-1-1 going into their Week 4 matchup on Long Island at New Hyde Park. No, that is number 35. I apologize. Don't have a 35 on our roster. Another slide, another whistle in the 93rd minute.
Yeah, that was Gonzalez that time on the trip. And if you're FC Monmouth, you're in no hurry here.
If anything, you're trying to slow the game down a little bit. And Atlantic City's trying to do the opposite, of course. But as you said, I'm pretty confident they've got at least 4 minutes of time. Here we go. Atlantic City kicks it in. Atlantic City has some room here. It is out to the left for number 12, again, Cahill. Seen a lot from him today. Another shove.
And a card coming up.
Yeah, we've got another card coming.
Yep, on Araya.
Araya will pick up a card. It is Monmouth's 3rd. All have been individual, so no disqualifications of any kind. But this will be taken again by Forsyth.
I think they're going to try to get Maddock, who's wearing number 9, by the way.
Let's see what he's got, yeah. So Maddock, he will get the possession. He will get the touch here. He puts it up. It's too far out, and it cleared the fences.
Yeah, but they're saying it's a corner kick. They're saying.
Oh, wow. Okay. So we're not done yet.
Checking Ekio to take it.
That would be right, yeah. I don't see Davidson out there. I think he was one of those guys that got subbed out earlier. Checking Ekio. Again, a Washington and Lee University product in the 95th minute. It's up. It's away. Tipped in a convergence of at least 10 different men on the pitch. This one is back at the center. Monmouth was able to stop it, but now Atlantic City is going to try to take over. Look at how far out Maroney is. He gets slid into. And now he's got to try to get it away, looking for the dagger. Atlantic City will stop it, and Maroney really just putting himself in the midst of everybody out here.
Gonzalez saving a goal by covering that play, and that ball goes.
That one will go out. We're going to be getting close to the 96th minute here.
Yeah, I was way off in my stoppage time.
Well, you said at least 4. So I would say that you were correct on that. We're at minute number 6 now of stoppage time, and that's the game. Monmouth remains undefeated, but by the skin of their teeth, as AC gives them a run for their money. And an 88th minute goal by Eric Sedloka gives AC their first loss of 2025, a 2-1 defeat on their home turf here at Stockton to FC Monmouth. And Mark, I mean, this was just a good game from start to finish, even with the conditions, even with a lightning delay. They got this in without much issue. There wasn't a lot of chirping, even though there was a lot of yellow cards. They kept it clean, and in the end, Monmouth remains undefeated at 4-0.
Well, first of all, FC Monmouth showing why it has the best record in the league for clubs. But also, last week we said that Atlantic City was not happy with its scoreless draw. Besides the result, I think there was a lot of positives that you could take from this Atlantic City team. For long moments, they were really taking it to FC Monmouth. And I think this is going to be a team that's going to compete for that #1 spot in the Northeast South Division.
Yeah, and I mean, listen, Monmouth is going to be facing another team that's right around the middle of the table next week. They're going to be facing Kensington at home, and then Atlantic City does the inverse. They go on the road and play Braveheart next week, but I think Atlantic City, they got off to a very hot start, beating that winless Lighthouse team, and now a draw and a loss, but a very close one at that. They didn't let Monmouth walk all over them. There certainly were opportunities where Monmouth really could have stuck it to the man, but Atlantic City stayed tried and true, and that 88th minute goal, if a couple of things don't happen, we end in a 1-1 draw.
And I think having Sean Fatigue back really made a major difference. He got the assist on that goal, and he was just all over the field. Really, really a threat up top for the Aces.
And, you know, one more thing, Mark, before we part, unless you have any closing thoughts, I think that Atlantic City, they played a really good game defensively despite the 2 goals allowed. You know, you want to talk about the fact that they lost the game. There were a lot of highlights on defense. We saw some very good attempts by Ryan Maroney, and also Uche Wakacha. He really impressed me with his footwork and his defense. He was able to play both sides of the ball really well and really just found a way to interject himself at all points in the game and make sure that that he was helping out his teammates the best way that he could.
Yeah, he's their top 2-way player. I don't think there's any question about it. But you talk about the back for Atlantic City, and Kai Forsyth really took control from that center back position. I thought had an outstanding game.
Well, Mark, before we go tonight, you have any closing thoughts about today's game and what AC has next at Braveheart in Long Island?
Well, I think they're at a point now where they definitely need a win. This one, you know, it's not a costly loss, but they've got to get back on the winning track if they want to be the top team from the Northeast South Division and earn one of those playoff spots.
Well, Monmouth has a good cushion now. They are undefeated at 4-0. Med Oval and Monmouth are the only 2 teams remaining in the league for clubs that hold a undefeated record. Med Oval at 2-0 going into this week, and then Monmouth with their early Saturday afternoon win over Atlantic City takes a 4-0 record. That'll be all for us tonight here at Dan Wilkins Broadcasting. Want to give a big thanks to our friend Andrew over at Atlantic City FC, the owner of the club, for having us out here for 3 games this year. For our AC fans, we'll be back on July 7th versus Kensington and July 12th versus First State FC. Our next DWB broadcast will be tomorrow night. We've got 2 games in the Tri-County Baseball League for the summer. One tomorrow night, one on Monday. We open up our 10-game slate with the Tri-County Summer League with a nice battle over in Cinnaminson in the North Division. It is the Burlington Township Pirates and the Cinnaminson Crew at 6 o'clock from Memorial Park. From our entire crew, our social media coordinator Haley Mejia, our graphics crew Caleb Lane, Gavin Van Rel, and Carson Rosso, my camera operator on very short notice, Damian Waiters, my color commentator, Mark Narducci, we welcome you to the DWB family, and we hope that the next 2 games that we have together will be just as good as this one was on the air for Atlantic City FC. I'm Dan Wilkins. We'll see you tomorrow night from Burlington County. Monmouth beats Atlantic City 2-1.